Hello, my name is Ildiko Ola. I'm the author of the book The Power of the Awakened Human, and I welcome you to my channel. In my last video, I promised that I would start a new series, one that would talk about how to create your reality consciously, which is what my book is about. Now, I've been trying to get these videos started for a couple of months, but for some reason I couldn't do it. Maybe because I prefer to make videos outside instead of inside. I don't know, but finally the weather is starting to get good, so now I can be out of here in nature, looking at the St. Mary's River in front of me, and I find it much easier to talk here. When I'm by myself, there's nobody around me, no skeptics listening to what I'm saying, so let's get started. What is conscious reality creation? You see, human beings can live their lives either consciously or unconsciously. When we are unconscious, then we live our lives without recognizing who we are, what we are, why we are here, what is our purpose here, what is it that we are supposed to be doing. It's just, we are born and we learn a way of life, and our parents and our teachers and the rest of society basically teach us how to live. So we get programmed from birth, and we live our lives based to that programming. And when we are unconscious and we live our lives based to that programming, then we just go to work every day and we do our jobs and we come home and we cook dinner and we take care of the kids, and on the weekend we go someplace and we go on vacation once in a while, and we just do it as a routine, and we keep wondering at the same time, who are we, what are we, and what is this life supposed to be? Why are there so many problems in the world? Why do we struggle so much? And when you start asking those questions, and that's when you start waking up. But while we are unconscious, life feels like we really have no control. It feels like we are sitting on a boat in the middle of the ocean, and the waves are taking us here and there, and we cannot do anything about it. And when life is going on and good things happen to us, then we think that, oh, we are so lucky and life is treating us well. And when undesirable things happen in our lives, then we say, oh, we are so unlucky, and oh, why is life doing this to us? And we feel powerless. And that is the problem with being unconscious, living our life unconsciously. But once we start asking the big questions, the who we are and why we are here, and we start researching, and slowly we start waking up, that is when everything changes. Because when we wake up, then we realize the incredible power we have over our own lives. Then we realize who we are and what we are, and why we are here. You know, these are the most important questions in life. When we are not conscious, we are living our lives based on the programming, and we try to figure out what we are supposed to be doing here. It kind of like trying to play a game that we don't know the rules of. Can you imagine you sit down with someone who says, hey, let's play a board game, let's have a seat. So you sit down and you ask, hey, okay, what are the rules? And the person say, well, you're gonna figure it out. So you can imagine how that game would go. I mean, you just fumble around at first and you don't know what you are doing. And slowly, very slowly, you figure out, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. But that takes time, and there is so much fumbling, and it is very, very difficult. It's very difficult to play a game that you don't know the rules to. And that's what happens to humanity. that we are born and we forget who we are, because 3D is a very low vibrational dimension. And the moment we are born, our connection to source it hides behind a veil that we cannot see through. And then that makes life very, very difficult. And that is why it is so important to figure out the answers to the big questions. So let's go back to what is conscious reality creation. It is when we learn how to control our lives. Conscious reality creation is basically us taking ourselves in life wherever we want to go, taking control our lives. We make life do our bidding instead of us just reacting to whatever it's seemingly randomly throwing at us. And when we know that we are in control, then we know that nothing is an accident. There are no accidents. There are no coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. And now, let's get into the interesting bits. For thousands and thousands of years, humanity has been asking the age-old questions. Who are we? What are we? Why are we here? Why is there so much struggling and suffering in the world? Why is life so difficult? And what is the point of it? Now, in order to answer these questions, first we have to answer the very first one, the most important one. Who are we? Well, we are the One. We are the one great consciousness, all that is, God, Source, the universe. Different cultures throughout history have given it different names, but it's all the same thing. We are all part of this one great consciousness, so-called consciousness units. We are all high vibrational, higher dimensional beings who have decided to express parts of ourselves into this third dimensional physical reality in order to gain experience. Now, in order to do that, in order to have a life on planet Earth in a physical reality, we first needed to create for ourselves the planet, and we needed to create for ourselves a physical body, and we needed to create for ourselves a story. You see, we are the writers of this play that we are participating in. We are the writers, the actors, we are the whole crew, basically. Before we come into physical reality, we devise a plan. We create a life plan, and we create contracts of cooperation with other light beings such as ourselves. So when we come in, then we are not going to be doing this all by ourselves. We are going to have co-stars in this play. So when we are born, we need parents, we need siblings, we need friends, we need workmates, we need a whole lot of other people to interact with, because this is how we learn, and that is the reason we come here. We came here to learn how to manipulate energy in physical reality. So before we are born, we make contracts with these other light beings. Let's say an example. Let's say we want to come in and experience life in an abusive situation. Then we need the abused and we need the abuser. So we make a contract with another light being who will play, let's say we choose the part of the abused, and that other light being will play the role of the abuser. And then we keep playing the game until we get it, until we realize that we are playing a game, and until we realize that just because we created this scenario for ourselves, it doesn't have to remain that way. We can resolve this issue and then we can move on. Now you can ask the question, why would we put ourselves through something like that? Why would we make ourselves suffer? And the answer to that is because from a higher dimensional point of view, there is no such a thing as suffering. All of these experiences that we have here on planet Earth, whether good or bad, they are all just experiences. The thing is, in the higher dimensions where we are come from, there are no such experiences. The thing about 3D is that there's an opportunity for such a wide range of experiences here. Here we can experience duality. We can experience such a wide range of emotions, for example, that are not available in the higher vibration. You know, you probably all heard about it, that in the higher vibrations there is love, and there is the, you know, all the higher vibrational, the positive attitudes and the positive emotions. In the higher vibrations, there is no such thing as hate and war and jealousy and fear and anger and any of these low vibrational emotions. But we want to experience it all. We come here specifically to experience all these wide range of emotions. And as we experience them and as we go through them, we release them. The problem with humanity is that we don't release them. But that is another conversation that we are going to have later on. The bottom line is that who we are is higher vibrational, eternal light beings who come here to experience life on planet Earth and on other planets as well. Planet Earth is just one of the places where we have experiences. We are existing throughout the whole universe. Why are we here? To experience, to learn, to grow. What is the point of life? The point of our life is to become more, to grow, and to discover who we are, to learn who we are, to remember who we are and where we come from. And once we remember, that's the awakening journey. Once we remember, then we can rise up to the higher vibrations. And that is all for today. In my next video, I'm going to talk about some of the basic concepts that we need to know in order to know how to create our reality consciously, and what are the tools of conscious reality creation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.